Hello again, you're still watching Joy News Prime, and I'm back with more business news. Business associations and stakeholders are calling on the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority to swiftly work out the modalities to begin implementation of the newly announced reduction in port charges. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia earlier today announced a 30% benchmark reduction on imported cars and 50% on general goods. Here's a report by Ebenezer Sabute.
The announcement by the Vice President was greeted with excitement among many stakeholders that use the port for their businesses due to its impact on their cost of doing business. According to the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the reduction is to improve competitiveness at the port as well as increase container traffic. President of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obing, wants the Ghana Revenue Authority to expedite the implementation.
It's very, very significant for the benchmark values to have been halved. It's very significant. And if you import car, and then the value instead of the 50% has come to 30%, that one is also very significant for our brothers abroad who have been sending these cars. We are very excited about this. We are waiting for the proper modalities to be set so that we start working.
Good worry. Where even we are tagged, even green, and you see that people are still being examined, containers are examined physically. So we'll see how the 10% now is going to work on the ground. And I think we will be really up in arms, making sure that whatever that has been said here, we will move to GRA Customs and make sure that it's really implemented on the ground.
With effects from Thursday, April 4, there will also be a reduction of 30% of duty on imported vehicles. Co-chairman of the Spare Parts Dealers Association, Samuel Ejiri, also welcomed the announcement and noted it will help them expand.
We have numerous challenges at the port, but for now, we can say, yes, we are happy about this presentation. And we are going to make sure that things will work perfectly for traders.
Meanwhile, chairman of the Executive Council of GUTA, Berima Dr. Ofori Amayao, expressed concern about the depreciating local currency. The economic management team hopes to have such town hall meetings in other regions of the country. Ebenezer Sabute's report for Joy Business.
Let's stay on the town hall meeting, and Charles Haiti has been engaging some second-hand car dealers in Accra for their thoughts on the reduction in duties.
Until now, second-hand car dealers who supply about 70% of vehicles used in Ghana have been paying huge sums of cash for high import duties. I visited the car sales point at Tesano in Accra. George Jomo is a dealer who's been in the business for 25 years. He says the 30% cut in import duties for vehicles, as announced by the finance minister, will drastically lower the cost of second-hand vehicles in the country.
100%. It will come down a lot. And if it will come down, it will go against it, but still, I think it's not bad. So many people will benefit from it. So I'm happy for that.
Anita Asiedo is another car dealer who is expecting a shipment to arrive within 24 hours. She's elated the 30% slash could save her almost 50,000 cedis. She, as well as her business partner, spoke to Joy Business.
Our ship got landed just Monday, and we were preparing to pay about 42,000, but my agent told me there's a reduction of over 30%, so that's going back to about 320. So it's a party because it's unbelievable. Unless I see, but I believe, because so far as it's everywhere, then it means it's a good news. So we have to jubilate for that. Cars are going to be cheap. We pray it continues. The duty is the reason why cars are expensive. So if it's being reduced, when a car is about 1.3 billion, it's going to drop down. Let's say a Highlander 2015 is going for 1.5, and now the duty that was about 700 million is being dropped to about 600 or 570. When you come, it will take effect.
The duty plus the dollar rate, if you combine those two, it's killing business. So today we have here a good news that one has come down for us. We jubilate it.
Some are quoting 10% reduction, others are even quoting 20% reduction. It is very clear that this assurance by the Vice President has really caught on well with car dealers across the country, especially those here at Tesano in Accra. I'm Charles Aite for Joy Business.
Looks like expectations are really high. We wait to see whether cars will actually be cheaper now. And economist Professor Peter Kortei has also been reacting to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's presentation earlier today.
By the new initiatives to ensure that it becomes easy to collect goods from the port, it's also less expensive to collect goods from the port. But I was thinking that behind this, there should have been some cost-benefit analysis, some analysis of how much revenue we are likely to gain, how many containers we are likely to get in, instead of the 4 point something per annum, maybe 100% increase in the volume. Then, you do this back of the envelope calculations and tell whether the reduction in the value might not lead to a reduction in revenue generated. I don't know. That information was given to us, so I might not be able to speak strongly to it. But it's a concern to me that...
Again, one would ask that where lies, and let me use the word priority as a country, whether we want to boost imports, whether raw materials or boost imports of finished product, i.e. promoting exports.
Yes, we promote export, but you recall or you can tell that most of our production base or our industry rely on imported raw materials to produce. So if you want to promote exports, certainly you also have to look at the duty on imports. And also it also ties in with people's livelihood. We don't produce enough, and most of the things we consume are imported. So in as much as you try to grow the local economy, you also have to make sure imported items are not overtaxed. Then gradually, as you grow your production base, you can then slap more taxes on imported products.
But I'm saying that we've identified the port as an area that is struggling with revenue in some areas. Using the timing of this initiative itself, we could have waited a little bit while.
No, I think the thinking is that the volume, we are not getting enough volume. And even if you speak to people who work at the port, we are looking to a neighboring country. So how do we get the volumes back? If you speak to customs officers...
Let's do other stories now. And the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, increases capital requirement for capital market operators. That's all for business with me, Sandra Esinamapenu. You can get more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Do have a great evening. Bye.